friends, welcome you back once again in geological knowledge. So in the previous video we have discussed very basic and very fundamental aspects related to the seismic geology, or you can say the earthquake geology, in which we have talked about the basic terminologies, in which we have talked I think two videos which are very essential for one to understand the basic concepts as well as the basic fundamental terms which are generally used when we go for the studies of the seismic waves or the earthquakes or the seismic geology, we can say in a nutshell. Okay, so that we have talked about in the previous video, and now we will move over to the another very important topic, which is the causes or the classification of the earthquakes, that we will deal in this video. And in the next video we will talk about the causes of earthquakes, means the classification, mean in how many types, what are the categories in which they have been classified, as well as the the causes which are responsible for the occurrence of earthquakes. So that we will deal in the two successive videos. So firstly we will talk about the classification of and very first question, that is dealing with the what is the depth of focus in the shallow earthquakes. Okay, so you have to tell the depth of the earthquakes in the shallow earthquakes, depth of the focus in shallow earthquakes, up to 100 kilometers, up to 200 kilometers, up to 60 kilometers, or up to 150 kilometers. Okay, so precisely you have to just remember the depth. Okay, just have the average depth knowledge, then you can decipher between the different types of earthquakes depending upon the depth. Okay, so firstly you must understand the basis of the classification of the earthquakes. So there are several bases on which the classifications of earthquakes has been done. For example, we can classify them on the basis of the location, means where they are occurring, based on the depth of the earthquakes, means the depth of the focus of the earthquake, based on the cause, means what are the causes which are responsible for the occurrence of earthquakes, based upon the magnitude of the earthquakes, as well as based on the epicentral distance. Because these are 4 or 5 parameters which we keep in our mind when we go for the classification of the earthquakes. And this particular question, that is dealing with the classification of the earthquakes depending upon their mode of the origin. Okay, the depth of the focus. Okay, so the depth, on the basis of the focus depth, the earthquakes have been classified in 3 types: the shallow focus earthquakes, intermediate focus earthquakes, as well as the deep focus earthquakes. So what you have to remember, you have to just keep in mind the depth of the focus. So around 55 to 60 kilometers, that in case of shallow focus earthquakes. Intermediate focus earthquakes, they have 55 to 300 kilometers, and 300 to 650 kilometers, that has been categorized as the deep focus earthquakes. Okay, and you all know that is the highest focal depth, the earthquake of highest focus depth which has occurred so far in the Earth's history, that is 650 or 700 kilometers, not more than that. Okay, that's the case in the Benioff zone that we have talked about in the previous video. Okay, so if you have not watched the previous 2 videos, then you must understand, you must go for those videos, only then you will be able to understand the basic concept. Okay, so the question here is, what is the depth of focus in the shallow earthquakes? Okay, so that you have to tell. So that in case of, as we have previously discussed, that the focus distance of 55 to 60 kilometer, that has been ranged into the shallow focus earthquake. So in the shallow focus earthquake, the depth of the focus lies anywhere up to the 60 kilometer below the surface. A great majority of the earthquakes in the past, they had been of this shallow focus earthquake type. Okay, so that's the correct option here. Option C will be the right option. Next one is, second one is dealing how many types on the basis of depth of focus are present. Okay, so basis of depth of focus are present 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2 and 4. Okay, so these are the options, and three types of classes of the earthquakes, they are being recognized on the basis of the depth of the focus that we have already discussed: shallow, intermediate as well as the deep seated. Okay, so option B will be the correct option here. Third one is dealing with the 60 to 300 kilometer focus distance that is seen in which type of earthquakes. So that we have already discussed that 55 to 300 kilometer, or we can say 60 to 300 kilometer range, that has been assigned as the intermediate focus earthquake. Okay, and same you can see in the description, the intermediate earthquakes originate between 60 and 300 kilometer below the surface. So these are the rare in occurrence, but their effects are felt over the larger areas. Okay, so the previous question we have discussed, that is the shallow focus earthquakes, they are very common in the nature, but the 60 to 300 kilometer or the intermediate earthquakes, they are rare in occurrence, but their effect that can be felt over the larger areas. Okay, so option B, that will be the right option. Fourth one is the type of earthquakes very rare in occurrences, means which type of earthquakes that is very rare in occurrence: shallow focus, intermediate earthquakes, deep seated earthquakes, or the tertiary earthquakes. So the deep seated earthquakes which originate between 300 and 700 kilometer depth, they are very rare. Okay, so that phenomena is very rare in structure in the earth's interior. Option C, that will be the correct one. Fifth one is dealing which class of earthquakes are most destructive. Okay, class A, class B, class D, or class E. So earthquakes of class A, they are highly destructive, whereas those of class E, they are not of any significance in relation to the engineering structures. Okay, so this classification of earthquakes, that is very useful for the engineering perspective when we go for the construction of any engineering building, engineering structure, like any building or very any dam site or the tunnel site. So that is very important for one to understand when for a civil engineer or uh, for the engineering perspective, you can understand. Because of class A to class E classification has been based on, but the class A, that is the most destructive one, and class E, the last one, that is of very low significance. Okay, so option A, that will be the correct option in this case. Sixth one is dealing how many types of earthquakes are classified based on the cause of the origin. Okay, means the causes of the origin, so they have been classified basically in three types. Okay, so earthquakes due to the surface causes, earthquakes due to the volcanic causes, or earthquakes due to the tectonic causes. Okay, so these are the three very important classification of earthquakes depending upon their mode of origin. Okay, so two broad classification of earthquakes distinguished on the basis of the causes of the origin. They are there once again, how many types of the earthquakes they are classified based on the cause of origin. Okay. So there are two types especially. Okay, one is the tectonic earthquakes and second one is the non-tectonic earthquakes. Okay, so there are two types especially. So option D will be the correct option here. Seventh one is dealing which earthquake is caused due to the faulting or relative displacement of blocks of the crust of the earth along the rupture plane. Okay, so which types of earthquakes which are caused because of the faulting or the relative displacement of the blocks of the earth of the on the crust of the earth along the rupture plane. Okay, so tectonic earthquakes, shallow earthquakes, class A earthquakes, or the non-tectonic earthquakes. So that's very evident that is the tectonic earthquakes, they are caused due to the fault or the relative displacement of the blocks of the crust of the earth along the rupture planes, and most commonly the major earthquakes are of tectonic origin. Okay, we have already discussed that there are two types based on the origin, tectonic and non-tectonic. So tectonic earthquakes, they are of they are very common. Okay, so in tectonic earthquakes, what takes place? So they are produced by the sudden movement along the fault planes, are mostly therefore of tectonic origin, and the concept responsible or the concept of the possible mode of origin for the tectonic earthquakes, that is known as the elastic rebound theory. Okay, so elastic rebound theory, that is uh, the major factor behind the origin of the tectonic earthquakes. So what is elastic rebound theory, that we will discuss later on in the next video, the question will be there. So there we will discuss in detail that what is the elastic rebound theory and how the tectonic earthquakes takes place. Okay, and why they are the dangerous or why they are destructive type. Okay, in comparison to the non-tectonic. So here the option A, that's the tectonic earthquakes, that will be the right option. Eighth one is earthquakes originating due to the volcanic eruptions or landslides are called as. Because what are those earthquakes which originate because of the volcanic eruptions or the landslide activities are known as tectonic earthquakes, shallow earthquakes, class A earthquakes, or the non-tectonic earthquakes. So the non-tectonic earthquakes, they owe their origin to causes distinctly different from the faulting, such as volcanic eruptions or the atomic explosions, or the due to the landslide or the subsidences. Because there are two types, tectonic and non-tectonic. So in volcanic earthquakes, what happens, that is the earthquakes which are associated with the volcanoes, they are more localized both in case of the extent of the damage as well as in the intensity of the waves, which are generally produced in the in comparison to those which are associated with the faulting motions. Okay, so a shock, that can be produced by any of the following mechanisms, like the explosion of the volcano or the faulting within the volcanic resulting from the pressures in the chamber of molten rock, or there can be the collapse of the center of the volcano into the space formed by the extrusion of gases and molten matter. Okay, so these are the two or three mechanisms which are responsible for the formation of the volcanic earthquakes. Okay, so the non-tectonic earthquakes, that can be the correct option here, option D. Ninth one is dealing the number of classes of earthquakes based on the magnitude of the Richter scale, how Richter scale are. Okay, so we all know that is there are various scales which are famous, like the earthquake, the Ruzi-Farrell scale or the Mercalli scale or the Richter scale. Okay, so the question is dealing with the Richter scale. Okay, so this earthquake intensity scale that was devised or that was proposed by Charles F. Richter, we all know, and that is based on amount of the energy released during an earthquake. Okay, so we all know that is magnitude, that is calculated from the energy released, and the intensity is calculated from the destruction created. Okay, so this energy, that is known as the magnitude of an earthquake, and the magnitude is calculated mathematically using the amount as well as the duration of the ground vibrations which have been recorded by a seismograph. Okay, so Richter scale, that has been classified in 5 types. Okay, so magnitude 2.5, 4.5, 6, 7, or more than 8. Okay, so there are 5 scales, 5 magnitudes, and their effects also. Okay, so 2.5, obviously that will be generally not felt or but recorded in a seismograph, and more than 8, that is the highest degree, that is the great earthquakes that causes the total destruction. Okay, so 5 scales are 2.5, that is the generally not felt, 4.5, that is local damage created, 6, that is can be destructive in populous regions, and 7, that is the major earthquakes, okay, inflict serious damages, and more than 8, that can be a great earthquakes, okay, that cause the complete destruction of the material or the buildings, okay, and mankind too also. So there are 5. Okay, so 5 will be the correct option. So it's customary to mention earthquakes by its magnitude on the Richter scale. So sometimes earthquakes are grouped into 5 classes on the basis of the magnitude that we have talked about. Okay, so option B, that will be the correct option here. Question number 10 is dealing the shallow earthquakes occur very rare. Okay, so the question is dealing, the statement is there, the shallow focus earthquakes, they occur very rare. So we all know that is they are very prominent. Okay, and the deep seated earthquakes, they are very rare. Okay, so the shallow focus earthquakes, they are the most commonly observed earthquakes till now, whereas the deep seated earthquakes, they are very rare in the phenomena. Okay, so straight away you can uh, take it out, that is the statement given here, that is false. So this was our discussion about the classification of the earthquakes, and in the next video we will talk about the other important questions related to the causes of the earthquakes. Okay, thank you.